Hi Roy, thanks very much for being interviewed for us.
It's a pleasure.
Could we start just by getting some basic information? Your date of birth, your age, your name, and when you worked at the ice factory.
Okay, my name is Roy Horobin. My date of birth is 17th 2nd 1941. I'm 73. I worked at the ice factory from 1975 through until 6 months before it shut in 1990.
Was the ice factory a good place to work?
Yes.
So, tell me about a typical day at the ice factory.
Okay, well, I used to start work at 8 o'clock. I was an engineer. What I had to do was make sure, obviously, that everything was working in the tank room.
I gather that the ice that you produced was used for all sorts of different purposes. Could you tell me a few of them, please?
Yeah, it wasn't just the fishing industry, although obviously that was the primary customer. But there was a block of ice kept all the time for Grimsby Hospital. And also they transported ice off and put it down the mines to try and take down the temperature.
So tell me about how the ice was actually made.
Yeah, well, water beneath the ice factory. There's fresh water.
So there's a basement
amazing.
underneath the ice factory?
No, there's not a basement underneath the ice factory.
Some sort of subterranean space they dug out for uses?
No. 180 foot, I think it's 12 inches wide, the boreholes going straight down.
What's that in metres? That would be...
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that fresh water would then come up.
Was it always fresh water, not seawater?
Yes.
I suppose the seawater would have too much salt content.
I don't, that would be harder to...
No, carry on.
The place is haunted, the ice factory. In fact, I could tell you some right tales about the hauntings.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. What sort of flooring did they have in the factory?
Well, it was wooden on top of the tanks.
That's been very helpful. I've just got one last question. Is there anything else we haven't covered that you'd like to tell us about?
Well, yeah, for me, the building itself is interesting, and with the whole renewables thing that's going on the roof in the 1930s, heat exchangers were put in place. And that now is technology that we're using, and it's really interesting how that's not a new idea.